All right, how's everybody doing today? Terry Thompson here, and it is Thursday, and it is filled with opportunity, filled with motivation, filled with so much joy. I am absolutely, truly blessed.
Terry Thompson here,
and want to make sure that I hit mute on that. Sorry about that.
And it is
So turn that off. I forgot I had that going. Kind of a LOL moment there. Operator, headspace, and timing definitely screwed that one up. So if you're joining me here in the chat, let me know where you're coming from. If you got any questions or any topics or anything that you want to hear me talk about, please feel free. Make sure that you put those in there. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. That way you get notified whenever I do go live. If you feel like sharing this out to your audience or your team or your friends or what have you, I would greatly appreciate that. The more people that we can get in here, the better that this is going to be. The more questions that we have, the more engagement that we have. Once again, please feel free to connect. Let's grow your channels. Let's ask some questions. This is going to be motivating. This is going to be absolutely inspiring. And I look forward to teaching, training, mentoring, coaching, whatever label that you want to put on it that pertains to you, to what works for you. All right, so in the chat room here, we have Southern Belle. Southern Belle, thank you for joining me here today. You are from Georgia. So I actually used to live in Georgia. I spent several times in Georgia over the years, and I've been back several times, primarily in the Augusta, Georgia area. So I spent a lot of time in Augusta, bouncing back between there and Atlanta, and a lot of great things to do within that area. I absolutely love the area, truly enjoy it, and I would definitely go back. However, myself, I currently live in Virginia, so that way you know where I'm from and where I live at. So I currently live in the state of Virginia, and I'm ready for the fall to hit. We've had an absolutely just blazing summer, and oh my goodness, it has been unusually hot here than it ever has in the past. All right, it's been 90s, even 100. We've had a few 100-degree days here, so I can only imagine what it's like there in Georgia. I know whenever I was in Georgia there, it was so darn hot there, your freaking teeth would sweat, if you can imagine that. And, yeah, Georgia is absolutely beautiful. The one thing that I guess that really kind of knocked me back on being in Georgia is that I had really bad allergies when I was in Georgia. Between there and Germany, I don't know what it is about places that begin with G, but Georgia and Germany, I had a lot of really bad allergies in those two places. Ended up in the hospital a couple of times. So I love Georgia. Didn't really like the allergies. You know, one of the big things as well too is my vehicle. So there would be yellow pollen everywhere. Oh my goodness, how do you deal with the yellow pollen that is in Georgia? I don't know where you're at in Georgia, but one of the big things that I really struggled with there was pollen. Every single week I had to go wash pollen off of my vehicle. It was just, I got a black truck, and when I lived in Georgia the last time, I actually had a silver Ford Escape. I got a black truck now, and that silver Escape ended up being yellow quite often. All right. Also in the chat room, we have Thelly's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope you don't get angry or anything like that. I will make sure that I check out your channel. As a matter of fact, nope, I can't go over there now. Let me see if I can go over there on this screen. No, maybe so. And yep. So I'm over on your channel right now. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you got some food on your channel, man. That's absolutely amazing right there. So, Thelly's Lifestyle, Beauty and Lifestyle. Great looking channel. Love your cover art there. And we are already connected. So we're already connected, Thelly's Lifestyle, so no need to worry about that. I'm already connected to you. Shout out to you. So if you're not connected with Thelly's Lifestyle, make sure you head on over there and scoop Thelly's Lifestyle up. You and I are already connected. Great looking food, by the way. I'm always on the lookout for a lot of new recipes and everything. And yeah. All right, so Southern Belle says, I took herbs called pollen and I have a garage and I am supporter only. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate the support and everything. I appreciate you swinging by here, taking time out of your day to spend it with me. You know, you could really spend your time with anybody, but you've chosen to come on over here and spend your time with me, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Also within the chat, we have Arlen Enero. Thank you, Arlen Enero, for taking time out of your day and coming on over here and joining me here today. So we're going to get started with my content here in just a bit. So I actually do have some prepared content here. I'm just kind of chatting, letting everybody kind of mingle with each other, get to know each other. Make sure you head on over, check each other out, make sure you scoop each other up. Please just be respectful within the chat with spam words. If you know what I mean, without me going into detail, just let me know, hey, I understand, I got it. You know, although we do connect, you have to kind of be careful with how you say things within the chat. And I don't really mind. You know, I just don't want to go do any major cleanup within my chat. But Arlen Enero, thank you. We're already connected, so I have subscribed to your channel. Once again, I want to thank you for stopping by and visiting and spending some time with me today. So before we get started, if there's anything that you would like to hear me talk about, once again, let me know. Let me know here within the chat if there's a topic or anything that you want to hear me talk about today. Once again, let me know within the chat, and I'll do my best to come up with something that I can talk about primarily. All right, so if you don't know who I am, let me kind of give my little spiel about who I am. If you can see there on the screen, my name is Terry Thompson. All right, I am a motivational speaker. I'm a published author. I have 5 books that are actually published out on Amazon, and then I've got a few that are not published out on Amazon that I kind of have on some websites that are basically kind of my freebie type stuff that I like to give away. And my website, well, just to continue on, I'm a leadership expert, I'm a life coach, I'm a mentor, I'm an entrepreneur, I am a certified master resiliency trainer, I'm a training developer. One of my websites is terrythompson.me. That's my personal website in which you can go over there and you can connect directly with me on my website, terrythompson.me. There you will find a lot of my motivational content to include my books. You can also see 2 books that I have there, which you will see on the screen here. How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 and Leadership Solved. All right, so those 2 books, one on the left there, How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019, is an ebook, and the one on the right, Leadership Solved, is an audio book. All right, so if you head over to my website, terrythompson.me, there you will find those books as well too. All that I ask you to do is leave me your email address. I promise I absolutely will not, I do not, and I do not even condone spamming people. I'm not asking you to buy anything. I will never ask you to buy anything. I will give all of my content away absolutely for free. The only thing that I ask for is engagement. Engage with me. Share out my content, join my lives, comment on my videos, and I will give you eventually at one time or another all of my books absolutely for free. The more you engage, the more I give back. Okay, so I'm not asking anybody to buy anything at all. So there on my website, How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019, ebook for free. Leadership Solved, which is an audio book absolutely for free. Provide a valid email address, because whenever you do join in, I do send out an email address thanking you personally for joining, and to validate and make sure that you actually did get direct and instant access to those 2 products right there. All right, so those 2 products, How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 and Leadership Solved, are absolutely for free. Join up, and you will have instant access to both of those products. It just gives you a small taste of who I am, what it is that I have to offer, And once again, the more that you engage, I have other books in which I will give you at one time or another, once again, absolutely for free. Usually when I do my live streams or I post out on social media or what have you, I'm usually doing different things to where I'm giving away products. Matter of fact, my last giveaway that I had, I actually gave away a Kindle Fire HD 8 gigabyte iPad, or not iPad, but device, tablet device with Alexa. So I was running a contest in which I gave away one of those. So once again, those are the types of things that I also do give out as well too. All right, and eventually somewhere down the line we'll see what happens, whether or not I actually give out money or not. But it has crossed my mind, and it has been a thought in which I thought about doing something along those lines. Right now, I think giving away my books, audio book, and giving away things like iPads or tablets, Kindles, once again, I think that that's pretty good stuff for engagement. And that's all that I ask for, is a little bit of engagement. So also joining us here today is D9 Danny Wilson. All right, so D9 Danny Wilson, absolutely. And I strongly believe that you will live your best year ever. And it all kind of starts with one day at a time. You figure out how to live one day really good and then repeat that process over time. And then that will lead up to a great week, to a great month, and then eventually a great year. So as you read that book right there, once you do get instant access to that book, a lot of those tips and techniques that are in there that I talk about, so there's only 10 real things that's in that book that I want you to take daily action on. And when you take daily action on those 10 things, once again, it's like a snowball effect. A great day turns into a great week, into a great month, and into a great year. But it all starts with living your life intentional, and it all starts with habits, okay? You develop the right habits, or you develop, which starts with mindset. You develop the right mindset, develop the right habits, and eventually those habits tend to take over your life. So one of the things that I want to ask everybody here is, do you have goals? Do you have things that you strive for? Okay? I have goals as well too, but you know what? Goals don't mean anything. They don't. They absolutely don't mean anything. A goal in and of itself will not get you where it is that you want to go. Okay? In and of itself, a goal is like a wish. And if you know anything about any of the statements I've made in the past, you can wish in one hand and you can you can dump in the other and see which one fills up the fastest. All right? So for me, I don't want to achieve goals. Okay? I want to establish better habits. So think of it that way right there. Goals versus habits. When you have better habits, you don't need goals. Okay? Because habits are already deeply ingrained in you, and those are things that you do consistently on a daily basis. So once again, a goal is kind of like a wish. A habit is already something that you are taking action on every single day. So D9 Danny Wilson, you absolutely hit the nail on the head right there with action. Well, I'm going to push the envelope just a little bit further, and I'm going to say appropriate action, because I think that there is strongly a difference between action and appropriate action, because you know what? In and of itself, action is not enough. It's not enough. Okay? Action in and of itself is not enough. But taking appropriate action, that's where you're going to start getting results. Because you know what? I have seen people take action and did not have any results. They didn't have the results, but they was taking action. Hey, boss, I'm taking action. I'm doing stuff. Well, great. You're running around in a circle like a darn hamster, not accomplishing anything, because if you're familiar with the definition of insanity, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. If you do the same thing over and over and over again and it's wrong, you are going to fail. You are not going to achieve any kind of success. That's the reason why I said there is a difference between action and appropriate action. Don't get it twisted. There's a difference between the two. All right. So I'm glad I could clarify that and clear that up. Excuse me, I have to kind of take a drink here a little bit. All right. So you have to work smart while work hard. Yes, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. You have to work smart instead of working hard because, you know, there's people out there that are into this whole thing of like hustle and grind. Yeah, I'm going to hustle. Man, I'm going to work my tail end off. I'm going to grind every single day. I'm going to tear this up. Well, that's great. Okay? You're going to burn yourself out before you even reach the finish line, hustler. You're going to burn yourself out before you even make any doggone progress there, grinder. You got to work smart versus working hard, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I work hard, okay? I do. Every single day I work hard. I got about 20 different businesses that I am running and operating at any given time. I have created multiple streams of income and generate thousands of dollars every single month. Okay, and I can teach you how to build a business, and I can teach you how to do marketing, advertising, write books, entrepreneurship, leadership, because it's all about leadership. You have to lead yourself first before you can lead others to success. All right, so if you don't know anything about me, once again, it's on the screen there, Terry Thompson. You can read all that right there if you can see that. If not, you know, once again, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an author, leadership expert, life coach, mentor, entrepreneur, certified master resilience trainer, and training developer. I have 24 years of knowledge and experience of leading others to personal and professional success. I have led thousands of people to personal and professional success, and I want to personally thank you for giving me a little bit of your time today and allowing me the opportunity to coach, teach, train, and mentor you to your level of personal success, to become a better version of you that you are striving to become. So let me ask you, what is it that you are striving to become? Who is that person that you want to be? Who is your mentor? Who is someone that you look up to? So in other words, here's somebody, I'm striving to be like that person. Okay, so if you haven't met those results yet, what are you trying to be? What are you trying to become? What is it that you are trying to do? What are you trying to take action on? Let me know. All right, so also here within the chat, Indie Tech One channel, thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Mine's Vlogs, hello, how's everything going? I know I'm a little late with that one, but thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I think it might actually be morning in your time. I'm not sure. But thank you for joining me here today, taking time out of your day. So earlier, we had a question from Southern Belle that said, how do you get people to say thank you and acknowledge you? That is a great question. All right, so Southern Belle, thank you for an absolutely great opportunity to provide my feedback on that amazing question. So how do you get people to say thank you? Okay, so here it is. Here's exactly how you get people to say thank you. Provide value. If you provide value, something that they want, something that they need, something that they desire, they will be inclined to do one of two things. Okay, now I'm not saying that it's perfect in every single scenario or situation, because I've done things for people, provided value, and I got nothing. Okay, no feedback, no thank you, no nothing. And it sucks. I can absolutely relate to that. But the thing is that when you offer value to someone, eventually they're going to get it. Now, you may not necessarily get a thank you up front, but if they value what it is that you are giving them, what it is that you're providing them, they will be thankful. At the opposite end of the spectrum, there are those people that really could care less. They're all selfish and in it for themselves. They could care less what you give, what you provide. They're going to not necessarily get, they're going to take, and they're not going to give back. But here's the thing. Here's the thing right here. When you give, and you continuously give, okay, that sets a standard for who you are. And that's something that nobody can take away. That is something that nobody can take away. remember, it is hard work to get other people to understand you. It is hard work to get other people to see you and believe in the things that you're trying to do and things that you're trying to say. I've struggled for years, and I've stood right there and I've barked till I could freaking, until I'm blue in the face. And there's some people that are just stuck on stupid. They're just stuck on freaking stupid. And they just don't get it. Okay, that's great. What you have to offer is not for them. What you have to offer is not for them. Don't beat yourself up because somebody didn't say thank you. Somebody doesn't like what I have to say? Great, that's your opinion. That's your perspective. Some people don't like what it is that I'm offering? Great, that's your opinion. That's your perspective. I'm moving on. I have other things to worry about. Okay? However, I get it. Thank you is one of the most simplest and easiest forms of recognition that can actually be done. All right, so joining us here today, Drunken Moss, thank you for joining us here today. Brave Queen C, thank you. Thank you for joining me here today. I loved your live chat earlier today. Want to thank you for the shout out and of talking about my suit and everything. That was absolutely amazing of you. Thank you very much. So I did stop by. I was at work earlier whenever I was chatting, and didn't get an opportunity to watch everything. The only thing that I could actually do was watch live streams. So I need to kind of catch up a little bit here and watch videos. And I will definitely have a look at what you have. You had a couple of really interesting ones there that I was definitely interested in. So Brave Queen C, if you have not scooped up Brave Queen C, make sure you head on over to her channel, scoop Brave Queen C up, and connect with her as well too. So shout out to Brave Queen C. Shout out to Drunken Moss. Make sure that you head on over. Matter of fact, I'm going to head on over to Drunken Moss. I'm going to head to your channel right now to see if we are connected. I'm not quite sure if we're connected, and we're not. So here we go. I just now connected, number 18 now. Wishing you all the best and continued success, Drunken Moss. So if you have not connected with Drunken Moss, go ahead and do that. So D9 Danny Wilson, I know I've been talking here. Let me go over to your channel as well too and see if I have scooped you up. No, I have not. So let me go ahead. 3.4K subscribers. That's awesome. All right, so D9 Danny Wilson. SoundCloud Rap Superstar. That is awesome. Hey, man, I am looking forward to visiting your SoundCloud as well too. So I see you got Patreon, Instagram, Facebook, so I'll head on over to your SoundCloud if you got links to that as well too. And I'll watch some of your videos, see what you got going on here. So SoundCloud Rap Superstar. Yeah, I'm interested in that, man. So I am also a musician. That's I don't know if that would be my secondary hobby or like my 23rd or 24th hobby, but I'm also a musician as well too. I've been playing music for over 30 years. I do write and record a lot of my own stuff. I do have my own full recording studio here in my basement, and I play all my own instruments. I can play piano, drums, guitar, bass. I write a lot of different music, and I've recorded a lot of different music. I've been on stage several times. I used to play live. I don't do it anymore. I'm more focused on business stuff now. And that's the biggest thing that I'm focused on now. So I'm more focused on my books and my businesses. And here recently, so I actually just started focusing on my YouTube channel. So I really kind of neglected my YouTube channel. So that's why I really don't have that many followers on YouTube, because I literally just started focusing on my YouTube channel, and it really sucks because I got a long ways to go here to kind of catch up to where like my Instagram and my Facebook is, and I'll get there. It's going to happen. All right, so D9 Danny Wilson once again. Yeah, absolutely, man. I may have to do that. I mean, it's not much, man. Studio, once again, it's a matter of perspective. Yeah, I definitely don't have like a professional recording studio where you go into a building. Once again, this is my basement here, so I do have everything over on another table directly over to the right of me there. I got Pro Tools. I got a Pro Tools set up, and everything is digital. So once again, I'm actually thinking about starting a music channel. So here's the cool thing, man. Years ago, I actually had a YouTube channel that was based around music, and I can't access the damn thing anymore. And I had hundreds of thousands of views on this thing 12, 13, 14 years ago, where I was playing guitar. And what I was doing was I was basically putting on a backing track, and instead of singing the vocals to the song, I was playing the vocals to the song on the guitar, like lead guitar. And man, I can't access that channel no more. I can't get it, so I have no idea what it's even doing out there, if anything at all. So Brave Queen C, thank you very much. Thank you for those kind words. I'm an epic. Actually, I'm kind of like, I guess, mellow today. I'm not as pumped up as I normally am, but a little bit mellow today. Not as mellow as I was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Oh my goodness, yesterday I wasn't feeling it, but I got on there and went live anyway. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, I suppose. All right, so once again, hey, thank you everybody for joining me here today. Make sure that you connect with everybody that's in the chat room. If there's anything that you want to hear me talk about before I go into any other prepared content that I have for today, once again, please let me know if there's anything you would like to hear me talk about today. I know that Southern Belle asked me a question earlier, and hopefully I kind of answered your question. I mean, I could go more in detail or more in depth with an actual more polished, more produced video here later on, but I just kind of wanted to touch on a couple of little things there with how to get people to say thank you. And really, that's what it is. It's about offering value, and at the end of the day, no matter what people say or what people do, they will always. Here's the thing. Here's what it really kind of comes down to. All right, look, let me be upfront with you. If you're trying to inspire someone to like or do what it is that you're doing, just continue to do what it is that you do. Eventually, they're going to catch on. But at the end of the day, I'm here to tell you right now that people will always forget what you say. They might even forget what it is that you do. But I guarantee one thing, they will never, ever forget the way that you made them feel. Okay? So keep that in mind. People will forget what it is that you say. They will forget what you do, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And I hope that you made them feel positive. All right, so hopefully here today I'm making you feel a little bit positive. Once again, if you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Definitely a lot more to come. I'm going to share more stuff from my books here in more videos. I got a lot of content. I've written 5 books, and I've got probably about 3 or 4 more that I have not published, and I've got a lot of stuff that I've written on a daily basis, so I'm always doing a lot of writing. Every single day I make it a habit to write something every single day, and I just park it. I got it sitting there just waiting to go in either a book or a video or something along those lines. Okay? So once again, keep connecting, keep networking. If you got a question or you got something that you want me to talk about, please let me know, and I will answer questions. All right, so moving right along. Here's what I want to do today. Who here likes quotes? Who here likes quotes? Do you like quotes? Motivational quotes, inspirational quotes. Who here likes quotes? I love quotes. I think that quotes are, it's those things, those little nuggets of gold that really just kind of motivate and inspire me to either think about things in a different way or to take appropriate action in another way. Okay? So I love quotes. I absolutely love quotes. So if you have a quote or a favorite quote, once again, please let me know what that quote is in the chat. I would love to see what your favorite quote is, and hopefully Here today, I have a few quotes that I'm going to share with you, or at least a few words of wisdom that I am going to share with you today that I hope will motivate you, inspire you to take appropriate action, and maybe to get you to think of things a little bit differently. So here we go, moving right along. Number one, think big, act global, take action, and be consistent. If you want to achieve any amount of success, you have to think big, act global, take action, more importantly, take appropriate action, and be consistent. Okay? So I'm going to tell you right now, the key word there is definitely take action. Okay? But I want to touch on be consistent because that's something that I tend to kind of neglect a little bit. I'll be completely upfront and transparent with you. There are times where I'm not necessarily consistent. I'm not necessarily all over the place like I'm throwing darts at a dartboard or I'm throwing spaghetti on a wall and seeing what sticks, okay? Because I have a lot of different topics that people want to hear me talk about. So once again, I'm really kind of where the need is, where the desire is, where the want is, because I'm covering topics that people want me to talk about, okay? Get right or get left. So Southern Belle said that likes the quote, get right or get left. You know, that is like yin and yang. I can absolutely see that. Get right or get left. Okay? You know, and there's a lot of people that just can't get right. They need a big old giant bottle of that Act Right juice because they can't act right. So they definitely need to take about 2 or 3 big drinks of that bottle of that Act Right juice because they just can't act right. They need to get right or they're going to get left. You know, the thing is that here's the deal. I don't have time to motivate and inspire everybody, and I'm not going to reach everybody. Okay, some people are just not going to get it, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Some people are stuck on stupid, need a quick reminder exactly what my message is. Okay, and you know the big thing is I just want to help everybody. I want to motivate, inspire, help, lift people up a little bit higher, because that's what it's all about. It's about lifting people up higher. Nowadays, it's, oh my God, there's so much negativity that's going on out there in the world today that it is tremendously challenging sometimes to stay positive. It's tremendously challenging to stay motivated, to stay inspired. It really is. With so much negativity that is going on out there in this world today, there are definitely some challenges. You know, there are some people out there that just can't get right. They absolutely just cannot get right. And I get that. Okay? You know, maybe they need, some of those people need to come and watch my channel and get some of my knowledge and my experience that I have, and then maybe they can get right. But anyway, pardon me for just a quick second. I have a phone call. All right, and I am back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call, and it was a very important phone call, so I needed to make sure that that I answered that. So, yeah, thanks for being patient. Thanks for waiting. I truly do apologize for that. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you are motivated and inspired on a Thursday. Please let me know in the chat what you think of the value that I have been providing for today. If you really enjoy what I've been talking about today, please let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up and let me know. All right, so moving right along. Here's one right here. The 3 most important ways to build trust is to listen, engage, and take appropriate action. All right, the 3 most important ways to build trust is to listen, engage, and take appropriate action. All right, and the most important thing there, who thinks the most important thing there is to engage? Who here thinks the most important thing is to take appropriate action? And then who here thinks that the most important thing out of that is to listen? Please let me know. I'll wait for just a second because I know there's like a 10 or a 15-second delay here. And you'd really be surprised. So the 3 most important ways to build trust is to listen, engage, and take appropriate action. But one of them is the most important. Okay? All right, so I'll go ahead and let you know. It is listen. The most important thing that you can do is to listen. There's a lot of people out there that absolutely do not listen. Now, there's a difference between listening and hearing. And this is a piece that I wrote in one of my books, okay? It's called Listening versus Hearing. Okay, so I'll give you a little bonus treat here, something from one of my books. All right, so in one of my books, I wrote a piece called Listening versus Hearing. And there is a difference between listening and hearing. Okay? So, listening. In and of itself, listening, if you have hearing and you can hear things, okay, you can hear. If you're listening. Okay? So one is active and one is passive. Okay? In and of itself, hearing is passive. Listening, on the other hand, is active. Okay? So kind of a quick little joke here. Somebody asked me one day if I heard what they said, and I said, yep, I heard everything you said. I just wasn't listening. That's a dad joke. So, Southern Belle in the chat room said, listen, react, and solve. So I slightly disagree with your statement there. What I disagree with is react. You don't ever, ever, ever want to react. Okay? Because if you are in reactionary mode, once again, that is passive. You don't want to be passive within anything that you do. You want to make sure that you are active. If you're actively listening, you would have already known that there was a problem prior to it even becoming a problem. And you would have taken appropriate action before it got out of control and out of hand. Okay? So selective hearing and selective listening, yes, I absolutely agree with that as well too. So here's the thing about selective listening or selective hearing. Okay, I was in a classroom, so I was a teacher years ago, and one of the, I guess, exercises that I did with my students is I did an exercise in listening. Okay, and basically I wanted to see if they were listening. Now, here's the funny thing: in and of itself, the person that I initiated this chain with heard what it was that I said, but they just wasn't listening, or maybe it wasn't that first person. Maybe it was It was the second person. So here's what I did. Here's a drill. If you want to really kind of get down to it and see if people are listening or if they're just merely hearing what it is that you're saying, here's what you can do. If you're in a group of people, just pull the first person off to the side and whisper in their ear and give them clear instructions. Say, hey, I'm only going to say this once and I'm not going to repeat myself. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell the next person, whisper in their ear, don't repeat yourself and only say it once, okay, what I'm about ready to tell you. And I told them something random, something funny. I can't remember what it was. It was like the pink and purple elephant jumped across the room while doing something. I don't remember what it was. It was something just random and just really stupid. So I was like, did you hear everything that I just said to you? Person said, yep, got it. I heard everything that you said. And I said, okay, we'll go tell the next person. And pass it around the room. So there was about 25 people within the room here. And it was a simple exercise within listening that I wanted to do. So that person went to the next person, whispered in there, told them. And the process repeated itself all the way around the classroom until it got back to the last person. Well, the last person was the one that had to tell the class what it was that was actually said. This person stood up and said something like the rainbow-colored bunny jumped across a dog while bouncing up and down on a rabbit retardically. I don't know what it was. I'm just making stuff up just for entertainment's sakes here. But my point is that what I said in the beginning didn't make its way properly around the entire class and back to me and back to the rest of the class. You know why? It wasn't because people didn't hear. They heard what was being whispered and what was being said each and every time. They just wasn't listening. Okay? And then what started off as one thing ended up being a completely different thing. So you see how something can be completely either taken out of context or misunderstood or something like that based off of the simple fact of if you was hearing what was being said or if you was actually listening to what was being said. Now, once again, those could even be completely different things based off of perception. Your perception and understanding of what was even said can even be wrong, can even be different, okay? Once again, based off of your values, your upbringing, your level of knowledge and your experience. I mean, there's so many different things that can kind of play a role within that right there. So, I mean, that's a whole other different topic. All right, so joining us here today is Mac Tyree Prosper. Thank you for joining me here today, Mac Tyree Prosper. All right, so I am going to check out your channel here real quick. So I'm going to do kind of a short pause here and check out your channel here real quick. Mac Tyree Prosper. All right, so we are connected. Yeah, thank you for joining me here today, Mac Tyree Prosper. So if you're not connected to Mac Tyree Prosper, make sure you head on over there and connect with Mac Tyree Prosper. Also in the chat today is Southern Belle. If you have not connected with Southern Belle, make sure you head on over and connect with Southern Belle. All right, so let's see. Southern Belle had a question. What if they can't remember? All right, and that's a great point. What if they can't remember? Because I'm going to be brutally honest with you. My short-term memory sometimes, I don't necessarily trust my memory. That's why I write a lot of things down. Okay, I write a lot of things down, take notes, put things on my digital device or whatever the case may be. So I get your point. That's a great point. What if they can't remember? Because there are some people that just really kind of have that whole short-term, I can't remember crap syndrome. And, and those are the people you got to watch out for right there. Because let me ask you a question. How many times have you asked somebody to do something, and then like 2 seconds freaking later, they're like, what? What did you say? You know, it's it's funny, man. It is absolutely funny that you know, you can say something to someone and like 2 seconds later they just completely forget what it was that was being said. It's hilarious sometimes. I'm like, dude, all I did was ask you to go over there and do that, you know, whatever that may be. I'm just generically speaking here, of course. But yeah, short-term memory dysfunction is, you know, one of those things to kind of keep an eye on. And if you have one of those people, you know, on your team or, you know, where you work at or whatever the case would be, I can absolutely understand how that person can be a challenge to deal with sometimes, because nobody likes to repeat themselves. Okay, nobody likes to repeat themselves. Okay, I have somebody that that I engage with every single day, and this person refuses to repeat themselves. So I really have to pay extra attention to this person whenever this person is talking or speaking, because they will not repeat themselves. And I absolutely get their position and I get where they stand on the matter. You know, sometimes things just get misunderstood as well too. You know, and sometimes it's a matter of how you ask or re-ask. I'm going to use a Texas word here, re-ask. It's about how you re-ask the question, so to speak. So, if it's a matter of not hearing, okay, I get that's one thing. If it's a matter of not understanding, that's a completely different thing. So I can really kind of understand, and you really kind of got to differentiate the difference between the two. You know, not hearing or being misunderstood. And there's a lot of different reasons on why someone would be misunderstood. There really are. And, all right, so your sister has a business and she decided to write it down for them. That's a great idea right there. You know, sometimes you have to kind of take notes or write things down, and I do that all the time. I do it in memorandum format, so whenever I go to meetings and this, that, and the other, I will actually take a lot of different notes. And I will write them down, and I will make sure, and I type that stuff up in a memorandum or an executive summary, and send that out to everybody within the team. And that way they can kind of go back at their own leisure, and they can just kind of read the minutes of the meeting, so to speak, because, you know, not everybody's going to remember everything. And, you know, and taking those minutes or taking those notes is kind of a way to reconnect everybody back with the content of the meeting. And here's the best way to deal with that. Okay, so here's the best way to deal with that. If you are with somebody at a particular situation and you are trying to get them to understand something, and there's an action item, something in which must be done at the end of the conversation, here's the best thing that you can do. The best thing that you can do is to have the person repeat back to you what it is that was either said, not even that far, just the action item. Just repeat the action item. Okay? So whenever I have people that I am in charge of or people that I am leading, when I give out a task or I give something that I want them to actually do, what I will do is I will put out my guidance, and then I will have them repeat back to me, not everything word for word verbatim what it is that I had asked them to do, because I really try to focus on the bottom line up front. If I'm going to task somebody or I'm going to have them do something, I will literally be a bottom line up front. I need you to walk over there and do that. Simple instructions. A lot of times people just don't know how to keep instructions or what it is that they're saying simple. Okay? Brevity. Okay, there's a technical term for that, and it's called brevity. Getting to the bottom line up front, or the gist, or the main point or idea, is challenging for people sometimes. Okay, so reach back on my bookshelf here. I read a great book, okay, called Brief by Joseph McCormack. Brief. And basically what this is a book bent around the idea of make a bigger impact by saying less. Okay? So what that does is it teaches you how to basically get to the bottom line up front of what it is that you were trying to say. And it really just kind of starts in email, so to speak. So if you're not familiar with the bluff method or the bottom line up front method, that actually is a method. I have actually created a planner based around the bottom line up front method, or bluff, which basically is, pardon me for just a second, the bottom line up front planning method, or otherwise commonly known as bluff. So I have this right here, if I can get it on the screen here. So I actually have the bottom line up front planning method, and that is a planning method that's not yet fully available. So once again, you just kind of got a glimpse of a product that I will have available here very soon. So I have the product completed. I have all of the content created for it. Now I'm just a matter of me creating the videos and the website and everything for that. So I do have a product that's coming out here pretty soon called the Bottom Line Up Front or Bluff Planning Method. Okay? So once again, people just have a tendency of not getting to the point. And I get it, just like what you said right there. Some people do need a hearing aid, and they need to turn the volume up on that darn thing. So I do get it. I absolutely do get it. All right, so Max Tyree Prosper, I'm not quite sure what you retracted there. I didn't really get an opportunity to read that. I do truly apologize, so I'm not quite sure what you said there before you retracted your message. But if it was spam, I greatly appreciate that you retracted that. All right, so moving right along. In your opinion, what do you think are the 3 most powerful things that you must tell yourself every day? So what this kind of ties into is what's the word for it? Mantras, or things that you tell yourself every single day. All right, so I have specific things that I tell myself every single day, and it's kind of like a mantra. There's another word for it. I can't remember right off the top of my head. I wish I could remember the name of this word, but basically it's kind of like a mantra. It's like something that I tell myself every single morning. So what is it that you think are the 3 most powerful things that you can tell yourself every single day? All right, so here's what this kind of ties into. This kind of ties into my morning routine. Every morning I get up, I have a specific routine. And it definitely does not begin with me grabbing my phone and picking up my phone and checking email and social media and text messages and this, that, and the other. When I get up, the first thing that I do is I go into the bathroom and I put water on my face and I put water on my hair, cold water too. It has to be cold water because I'm really trying to wake myself up and get, those nerves and that sensory stuff kind of going on there just a little bit. So you got to make sure, like a motto. Yeah, so Mac Tyree Prosper, thank you. It's kind of like a motto, a slogan. Oh my goodness, man. No, there's another word for it. It's crap. I'm having a damn brain fart here on what that damn word is. You know what? This is bothering me. I'm going to Google the crap. Another word for motto. I'm Googling it here. Not an adage. No, not an aphorism. Not a watchword. Oh my goodness, not a catchphrase. Yeah, man, I can't believe I'm having a freaking brain fart here on what that damn word is. Oh, that's what it is. You know what? I'm a dumbass. That's what it is. I'm a dumbass. Affirmation. It's a freaking affirmation. That's what I forgot to say. How in the hell did I forget the word affirmation? My goodness, I got a lot of crap running through my head, man, on a daily basis. Affirmation. Daily affirmations. That's what I meant to say. And I'm such a dumbass. All y'all can punch me in the face for that one. Southern Belle, routine. That was close. Yeah. Affirmations. That's what I meant to say. Frickin' affirmations. All right. So what are the 3 most powerful things that you can tell yourself every day? I think I got kind of sidetracked here. I was talking about my morning routine before I got sidetracked on what a damn affirmation was. So affirmations here. All right, so once I get done putting cold water on my face and my head and everything, I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth left-handed. Okay. Now, why do I brush my teeth left-handed? Because that's a conscious effort. I actually have to think about that. When you actually think about what it is that you are doing, it gets your brain going. It activates your brain. It activates your senses. It activates things. Because if you just went in there, oh gosh, I'm here. And if you did everything that's natural and you did everything that's normal, in other words, you did something that is kind of routine, all right, you're really not setting yourself up for a great day. You got to kind of break that routine just a little bit, but you got to have a routine. So it's kind of a contradiction in terms here, so to speak. All right. Ways in which I do that is that I do things like I'll brush my teeth with my left hand because I got to think about that. Okay. Thinking is an active, engaging thing that you must do if you want to get your brain activated to do things in the morning. Okay. And then after I do that, I do a little bit of quick exercise. Nothing really too fancy, a couple minutes here and there just to kind of get the blood pumping, get the heart going, get the energy going. And then I go downstairs and I have a green drink. So I have a green drink with some MCT oil in it. And believe it or not, Metamucil. You know, now that you may think that sounds disgusting, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's absolutely freaking delicious. Okay, Metamucil, green drink powder that has a bunch of different things in it. So I'm not going to name any names or anything like that because I'm not sponsored or anything by any of that stuff. So I'm not going to give away anything. So other than Metamucil, I guess that is a brand name. But basically some fiber, a green drink, and then I throw some MCT oil in there. All right, and that really kind of gets me going because remember, when you first wake up in the morning, guess what? You're dehydrated. You are dehydrated first thing in the morning, and the worst thing that you can do is drink coffee first thing. You got to put some good stuff back in you before you really do anything. Now remember, all night long you've been asleep, you've been fasting. Don't eat anything right away. Wait for about an hour or so. Okay, now I know that they say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I get that. Okay, but I believe that, well, honestly, I believe that any meal that you eat throughout the day is the most important meal that you eat throughout the day. And the reason why I say that is because you get a lot of those people that are out there that are saying diet and exercise. Diet and exercise. You got to make sure that you got your diet right and your exercise right. No, damn it! You got to eat and freaking train. That's what you got to do. Eat and train. Don't diet and exercise. Eat and train. If you're eating the right stuff, you don't have to worry about dieting because you're eating the right stuff. Okay? And you're not filling your body full of crap. And you're training. You're not dieting and exercising. You're eating and you're training. Okay? So, once again, it's that mind shift. It's that little twist that you can do on a daily basis that helps you reprogram your mind, reprogram your actions, and get you ready to go take on the day. Okay? It gets you ready to go take on the day. All right. So the 3 most powerful things that you can tell yourself every day. All right, so Matt Tyree Prosper says, 1, look my best, do my best, and be my best. That's a great way to look at it. That's not what I'm going to say, okay? But that's a great way to look at it. So look your best, do your best, and be your best. Matt Tyree Prosper, that's a great way of looking at it. Okay, so look your best. I have a mirror right next to my door, and every day when I get ready to leave outside my door, I look at myself in the mirror to make sure that I look my best. Because when you step outside that door, you are presenting yourself to the world. You want to make sure that you are presenting the best version of yourself that you absolutely and possibly can. So you want to make sure that you look your best. That's a great way to look at it. You want to make sure that you do your best. All right, so a part of doing your best is make sure that you are prepared mentally and physically for that number 3, which is be your best. All right, so whenever you prepare yourself to do your best, you are studying, you're reading, you're planning, you're preparing, you know what it is that you have to do throughout the day. But guess what? You don't do it that day, you do it the day before. So here's what I do. Every night before I get ready to go to bed, I take a look at what it is that I've accomplished at the end of the day, and I prepare myself for the next day by getting myself ready for what my bottom line up front is. I'm like, here's my bottom line up front. Here's the action items that I have to do in order to achieve that bottom line up front. Here's my opportunities. Here's my mindset focus. And then at the end of the day, I have a reflection in which I ask myself a key set of questions. Okay? And I do that the night before, so that way the next day I am prepared to do my best. Because guess what? I know what my best needs to be. And when you prepare yourself to do your best, you can be your best. So that's a great mindset. Mac Tyree Prosper, thank you for sharing that. Okay? And hopefully just the way that I kind of embellished upon that concept, hopefully added some value to an already great motto. Okay? So the 3 most powerful things to tell yourself every day. Here's my version of that. The 3 most powerful things that I tell myself every single day is I can, I will, and I must. I can, I will, I must. Now, out of those 3 right there, one of those 3 is the most important thing that you must tell yourself every single day. Okay? Now, they're all very strong statements. I can do this. I will do this. I must do this. When you put emphasis on 3 of them, which sounds stronger? Well, they all 3 really kind of sound strong. I guess it depends on how you inflect your voice on that. Okay? So, one of those is actually the most important. One of those is absolutely the most important. So I can, I will, I must. Which one do you think is the most important? I strongly believe it is must. I must do this. Okay, and that ties in with why. Why must I do something every single day? Because guess what? Every single day there's things that I can do. I can do anything. I can wake up and I can piss the day away. I can wake up and I can go run. I can wake up and go read. I can wake up and I can go lay down on the couch. I can do a lot of things. But what I can do and what I will do are quite different most times. Just because you can do something, it doesn't mean that you will. Even though they are very powerful statements. I can and I will. Okay? Because a lot of times people say that they will do something and then they fall back on their word. Or they don't follow through with their word. I will do this. And then they don't do it. Well, what happened to that thing that you said you was going to do? You said you will do it. You didn't do it. What happened? So, I can, I will. Now, the most important out of those 3 is I must. When you can narrow it down to the thing that you must do, I must do this. If I don't do this, then my day is a failure. If I don't do this one thing, insert whatever it is that you want to put right there. When you can narrow it down to what you must do on a daily basis, you will win the day. I guarantee it. You will win the day. But you have to narrow it down to what is that one thing you must do. Now here's the thing. A lot of people are so bent around the axle on all these things that, I got to do this. I got to do that. Oh man, I got to go do this stuff. No, damn it. You ain't got to go do shit. You ain't got to do shit. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. There is nothing that you got to do. But when you can narrow things down to what you must do, your bottom line up front, I must do this, that's when your life is going to change. When you can narrow it down to those things that you must do versus those things that you got to do, or, I have to do, or, I can do, I will do, but, no, must. When you must do something, You must do it. It needs to be. I mean, I'm about ready to contradict myself. You must do it. I was about ready to put my foot in my mouth there. I had to watch it there. Must. In other words, must. And your must is closely related to why you do things on a daily basis. When you can clearly identify why you are doing things on a daily basis, you will identify what you must do on a daily basis. All right, so enough of that one right there. Moving right along. Hopefully that kind of shed some light on that, and hopefully that motivated and inspired you to clearly identify what you must do on a daily basis. All right, so every single day, I guarantee every single one of you that are watching and listening to me here, I guarantee that every single day you're doing things. Without a shadow of a doubt, I guarantee that you are doing things on a daily basis. But are they closely related to why? And are they things that you must do? Narrow it down. Get to your bottom line up front, take appropriate action, and get to those things that you must do. So hopefully I shed some light on that. If I did, please let me know in the chat. Okay. All right, so I only got about 15 more minutes here. I've truly enjoyed talking to each and every one of you. I truly did today. All right, so once again, if there's any questions, please drop me a question within the chat if there's something that you want to hear me talk about. I don't mind, and if I don't talk about it in this video, I'll make sure that I take a note and I'll record it in another video. All right, so once again, but I just wanted to kind of pause here to say thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come and be with me here today. And I thoroughly enjoyed talking with you today. And hopefully you got some value. Hopefully you got some motivation. Hopefully you got some inspiration out of the things that I did talk to you here today about. And all of the stuff that I am talking about here today really has one goal in mind. And that is to help you to become the best version of yourself that you have the potential of becoming. And I am truly thankful and truly blessed to be a part of that. And I hope that some of the things that I did talk about here today, that you will be able to put that within your toolkit and take action on. Okay? Hopefully you'll be able to take some action on some of the things that I did talk about here today. So if there was anything that you did get any value out of today, please, once again, drop me a message here within the chat. Let me know, what did you learn today? What is it that you picked up from me today that was the most valuable or the most beneficial? What is my word for today? You must have watched my chat whenever Chess Crystal was over here, because Chess Crystal always asks me what's my word of the day. Was you a part of one of those? Because I do got some words. I got some colorful words. I definitely got some things that I can say. I got some funny stuff here. Word for today. I don't know. I got some positive stuff and I got some negative stuff that I can say. It depends on which route you want me to take on this. So you must have watched one of my previous ones when I had some other words. So what your word for today? What is my word for today? I would have to say that my word for today is boot mouth. Boot mouth. That's my word for today. Boot mouth. Okay, and here's what a boot mouth is. A boot mouth is a person that consistently continues to put their boot in their mouth, or their foot in their mouth, so to speak. You could even say foot mouth. You know, it's a person that talks before they think, and they quite often put their boot or their foot in their mouth before they even think about what it is that they're saying. And what they're thinking about, what they're saying about quite often is two completely different things. And then people tend to ask, like, man, did that person really say that? You know, you tend to question those types of things. So the word of the day is boot mouth. All right. So, Matt Tyree Prosper, I need help. Write me a book. I need to know PPL. You referencing people, or is that an acronym for something? PPL. PPL. I'm not sure what you're getting. People, or is that an acronym for something? I guess I'm not following what PPL stands for. You have to be more specific on that one. Sorry about that. Yeah, just let me know what is PPL. Hmm. Yeah, not quite sure. All right, so in closing, because I got to go, I got somewhere to be here within about 20 minutes. But in closing, I want to once again personally thank each and every one of you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you want to visit more from me and you want to take it a step further, please head on over to my website after you're done with this, or watch more of my videos if you want to watch more of my videos. But please, all that I ask is, this is my only ask, is that, you know, I want engagement. I want you to follow up with more on me. Visit my website, terrythompson.me. There you will find more motivational content. You will find all of my books. Make sure that you sign up to receive How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 and Leadership Solved absolutely for free. So How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019, a very short book. I have 10 things that I talk about in there. I'm very bottom line up front, very direct and to the point on those 10 things that I want you to take action on. And I guarantee that if you follow those 10 things that I've highlighted within that book, it will set yourself up for a great day. And if you continue that and form a habit out of those 10 things that I want you to do, you will develop those positive habits that will turn into not only a great day, but a great week, a great month, and eventually a great year. So 2020 is coming up on us, okay, very quickly, okay? And one of the first things that you'll see whenever you go to my website is that I don't make New Year's resolutions. I set New Year's goals and achieve them. Well, that was my thinking from last year. Well, my thinking has evolved and it has grown since then. You know, once again, if you caught what I said earlier, I don't necessarily want to achieve my goals. I really don't. Okay, because goal is like a wish. It's something that has not happened yet. I'm striving for those types of things. But if I have a habit, that's something that's already deeply ingrained and I'm already taking action on those habits. And it is a part of my life and my daily action that I am doing. So you know what? I don't want goals. I want better habits. Okay, so I hope that you establish better habits by listening and engaging with my content. And also, Leadership Solved, make sure you scoop that one up as well, too. That audio book is only 35 minutes long. You get to listen to me for 35 minutes talking about 10 concepts of leadership that will help you grow and develop as a leader. So I love acronyms, and what I did was I took the word leadership and broke that down into an acronym. Each letter stands for something that you must do in order to be the best version of yourself or the best leader that you want to be and others deserve to have. All right, so once again, head over to my website, terrythompson.me. Get my 2 books. Check out my other content. Make sure that you join me on my next live stream. I look forward to engaging with you. If you have any questions, please let me know. It's buffering. All right, so please let me know. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will see you next time.